Hello, one and all. This is Luckless LoveLinks, and welcome to Twin Mirror, the latest game by Life is Strange developers, and more recently, Tell Me Why developers. Don't nod. I've been waiting for this one for a while. It looks like it's going to be a really cool mystery detective game. Aside from that, I don't know much about it, so without further ado, let's jump in to Twin Mirror. Excited. I'm so excited. I am playing this on PC, by the way. I did try the PS4 version, but it didn't look that great, even on the PS5.
The skies are finally clearing up after a light rainfall most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in.
Oh yeah, one thing that's kind of cool that I discovered while I was testing this out is you can move the camera a little bit during these cutscenes.
Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Wick will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting.
Guess the radio's dying. Getting out of town. Reception's not as good out here. But who listens to the radio these days anyways? Wait, this must be like from the 90s. I actually have no idea what year it takes place in. Town's dying.
Change my clothes and wash my hands. Does the well go down that low? Let me breathe and I'll let you.
Hey, you're gonna be at the wake, right? Bug.
I knelt down in desperation. I felt around for something real. There's a radio station. I'm playing wrong in my ear. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
So it's an industry town that's it's like the industry's drying up and so the town's dying. Oh, West Virginia. Lighting's really nice. I thought that was...
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well spend it here.
Thought that was a real highlight of Tell Me Why, was the lighting. The colors. Looks like this one's got a little bit more of a muted tone to it. No littering. Fuck this, I'm going home.
This place was always one for decisions. Somewhere for things to fall apart.
Restoration sign. The company made sure we knew how generous they were. I do like to read everything and see as much as possible in these games. I know that's not for everybody, but I really like to try to get into things and try to understand the world and the story as much as possible and not rush through.
Welcome back to Basswood, Sam.
Basswood. Can't litter here either.
I came up here every chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big.
People haven't been paying attention to that. Also, it doesn't look like anyone's been here for a while. Orientation board. View of Basswood, a travel through West Virginia. Founded in 1865, this small mining town quickly grew along with the coal industry. At its peak, Basswood produced more coal than any other town in West Virginia, with the Basswood mine being one of the most consistent coal mines in the U.S. It says ruined. Oh, I see. I can read it this way. I mean, I could see it. I like to try to read it the way it appears in the game rather than using those if I can. Basswood is also a suckass? A suckass. Simply let nature be nature outside of the Appalachian Trail with its hundreds of miles of hiking trails. A perfect example of the true West Virginia way of life. Basswood is both a reminder of its past and a glimpse into its bright future. Maybe not so much. Okay. Does this really make the town look big? To me, it makes it look smaller.
I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick.
Probably fishing for trout. That was the river.
My hometown. It felt more imposing in my nightmares.
Jesus. That's Basswood itself. This is the mine.
Strange to think of Basswood without its mine.
The cemetery. I'm assuming this is where we're headed.
I'm not sure Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things.
Nick. Okay. This music is ominous. Emergency phone. Directly connected to the emergency
I
line.
get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here.
Basswood Wildlife Area. West Virginia's scenic mountain forests are home to deer, flying squirrels. I've never seen a flying squirrel. Curious about them, like in the flesh. Red foxes, field mice, rabbits, and cave bats, among other animals. Bobcats, wild boars, and even black bears have been seen all over the state. I've never seen a black bear in the flesh either. Even very remote farmsteads have occasionally sighted the eastern cougar. Puma color on the prowl. Some hiking
These
trails.
These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone.
Hunting rules.
Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal.
When hunting, carry with you any and all required permits and licenses. Do not hunt while under the influence of alcohol. Hunting is forbidden between half an hour after sunset and half an hour before sunrise.
Some of these species are endangered. She wrote an article about it.
She wrote an article about it. Okay, so we've got another character introduced.
A lot of people were upset when it closed, but not upset enough to fix it.
Trail closed 3 years ago due to a landslide. Huh?
I left a sandwich in it for a whole week once. Dad never let me forget it.
Keeps hikers and hunters safe from bears. Other trail closed? Going from
I
one
used to love looking at Basswood from up here. Helped give me perspective.
one lookout to
Until
another.
that day.
Till that day. Something to do with Nick. Oh, is this like memory? Oh, neat.
Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind?
Optimal shot angles. Just doing like calculations. Oh, rail accident. Mine closure.
Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
This is reminding me of Heavy Rain. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but there was like this virtual reality thing that the main character would go into. It's an FBI agent where he would do his investigations. I did read a bit about this in the game instructions. This is supposed to be his mind palace. Under investigation. Okay. Damage track led to derailing. Next pool too. Okay. 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 This is neat. A memory. How do I... There we go.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died.
Oh
I
no.
never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
That must be Nick. Oh, I'm digging this. This looks cool.
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
I had never met someone so interested in others, even in me.
So when he mentioned she wrote about the animals or whatever, must have been talking about her or Sam. Did we even hear her name yet? I think that's the first time we heard her name.
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just... People around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
It sounds like we're a journalist also.
I heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening.
Oh, cool. Look at the symbol on his shirt. Awesome. Another memory. Oh.
Come on, Anna, look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it.
Whoops. That didn't quite work like he wanted
Sam,
to.
what are you doing?
I'm trying to be romantic.
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're
Oh no, she's not into it.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma.
Damn.
The silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
Huh. I'd like to know... I'd like to hear those discussions.
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
You're really not going to show? 6:59? So when we're in our mind palace. New journal entry. Okay. So when we're in our mind palace, time passes quickly in the real world. I decided to take a walk on the promontory before Nick's funeral. I thought I wasn't ready to face Basswood again, but the past is already pulling me back in. My memories are so vivid. It's as if I'd never left. Return to the car. You've wasted enough time. Yeah, I guess so. Sam. I left Basswood 2 years ago to run away from a job at a small-time newspaper. A town full of angry people and a failed relationship. I didn't glance back. Now I'm going home to attend my best friend's funeral. What could be more fun than facing all your past mistakes at your friend's graveside, right? Okay, let's read about Nick then. Nick's been my friend since we were kids, my only friend. I ghosted him 2 years ago when I left Basswood, and now he's ghosting me by being dead. Mementos. Do we have a memento for us? No. Sam Higgs. Nick Waldron. Okay. Anna, the one that got away. Would my whole life be different had she said yes? Seeing her again. It's going to be hard. Yet, part of me is looking forward to it. The rest of me wants to turn around and leave now. 3 mementos. Maybe these are like little collectibles that we can find about them. Stats. Cold feet. We haven't made any choices yet. That's kind of neat that we can see the stats while we're playing the game. Because this is not episodic. So we're not going to be able to see the choices.
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best. On the bright side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again.
We'll be able to check the choices as we progress.
There seems to be something here.
Lost and found.
Lovers scarring a tree to write down their initials. Always seems twisted to me.
Getting some perspective on how he looks at the world. He sees this as twisted. I wonder if that counts as a memento? Ah, it does. It was her idea to carve your initials into a tree. That was before, well, you know the rest. You came up here one night with her by your side. It was late, and you're about to head back when Anna said she wanted to show you something. She had scratched your initials into the tree, then drew a heart around them. What are you, 12? You scoffed. She took your hand and made you retrace the grooves in the wood with your fingers. When you're 12, she said, and you're in love for the first time. It's what you'll compare the rest of your life to, forever. You laughed and she kissed you, and then you drove home and never thought about that tree again, until now. It's pretty heavy. Glad we spotted that on the way back. It's kind of, I think it was designed that way, right? Because you're probably not going to see it on the way there. He's still coming from
Sorry,
Walter.
Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around. Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane and then you're gone? I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world. Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
We have an imaginary friend or another personality. It is called Twin Mirror. Maybe it's our younger self. Are you still coming? Walter, I really hope you can make the wake. It'll be at Haven. Nick won't care. I think Nick would probably care. I'm gonna go with I'm almost there. Got stuck in traffic, almost there.
Lost the signal. Some things never change.
Kind of a creepy smile on his face. Interesting. I really hope there's a lot of investigative stuff. I love investigating crime scenes in games. There's some crime scenes and some investigating to be done. Miners Haven parking lot. That's what they meant by Haven. Darts and billiards? I'd be in there. Joan Bug Waldron, Nick's daughter. Can't imagine what she's going through. Oh, this is gonna be awkward.
Muley, you actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
I have a feeling this
So,
is going to be a
you
really
left.
dark game.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
I'm sorry.
Look, Joan, I messed up.
You said you wouldn't leave. You said... I don't remember exactly, but you pinky swore.
I didn't mean to lie. I just screwed up. After Anna broke up with me, I'm sorry. I wish words meant anything. I wish this didn't make it harder for you to trust me now.
You could have at least called something, especially after... You know, after my dad.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong.
Got into a car
I don't
crash.
buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
Yuli.
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead?
What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything.
An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation?
A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself.
This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on,
Friends don't lie to each other.
even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Oh, interesting. So we're making a choice between this other side of us and more being like true to who we are now, I guess. I'm going to promise to look into it.
Okay. I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be I don't know, crazy or something, but
You want to know for sure. I get it.
thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do.
Friends don't lie to each other.
See you inside.
So we were talking to her other self and time kind of stopped. She's got a, what is that? A death's head moth? Her jacket? That's what those are called. Oh, I didn't notice. I did notice the medication, but I didn't see what kind it was. I'll have to go back and take a look. Got a new person. Everyone knows Nick and I were best friends. Everyone thinks I owe it to him to be here. His daughter Joan goes even further. She thinks I should stay here and investigate her father's death. Our old boss, Walter, is sure to have something to say, too. I won't be able to sneak past him. So that's Walter there that we saw. Oh, this has been updated. The same town, the same doubts and contradictions. Face it or escape it. This time, I made a different decision. So we decided to face it. This blue choice versus the orange or yellow. Couldn't really tell what color it was. The temptation to embark on another doomed investigation leading to nothing but pain was too strong to resist. Am I doing this for Joan, for Nick, or for myself? I think we're probably doing it for us, ultimately. Joan. Of all people I hurt when I left Basswood, Joan is the one who least deserved it. She was just a kid, and my goddaughter. Okay. But it's a tough job to be a lonely kid's only friend. I could hack it. Now that her dad died, things aren't going to get any easier for her. Angry, hurt, stubborn, hard to believe Joan was the one who nicknamed me Mully. Not that I'm looking for an excuse. I made a promise to a child that will break her heart, whether I keep it or not. What if she's right about her father's death? What will that do to her? And what if I can't give her the answers she's hoping for? A couple mementos to find. So stats. 90%. Interesting. I think I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. Because I felt like that conversation was a little quiet. Kathy's car. Her car is older than her daughter.
Seems Kathy's been keeping this running 100,000 miles past its prime. I hope she's not running short on money.
What if is there something else in there? No, doesn't look like it. Some police here. Basswood police car. The force has seen better days.
Some of the police force stopped by, which means most of the police force stopped by. Might as well talk to Walter. I'll have to sooner or later.
I can walk faster. I was wondering about that. We're a pretty slow walker.
Yes, the cat food is under the sink.
Walter Dodson, former boss,
it is,
friendly
Mother.
as ever.
Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years? Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug. It's a Basswood back in town requirement. So good to see you, even if I wish the circumstances were different. In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others.
I'll hug him.
At least I do.
Let's embrace this. That's an awkward freaking hug.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. If you get the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
She's gonna be married or has a boyfriend or something, right? Okay, we got some updates here. My old boss at the paper. I'd say he taught me everything, I know, but given my track record, that wouldn't be much of a compliment. I always thought Walter was the decent sort, the rare breed who truly believes his job is to serve the community. Seeing the old Joker was nicer than I'd expected. Newspaper. Said something, a local legend?
I haven't read an issue of this paper since I left. I wonder how they've been doing without me.
Local legend honored today. Basswood's local word on the local world. Earlier this week, our dear colleague Nicholas Waldron, passed away in a tragic car accident. He will be set to rest tomorrow at Heaven's Gate Cemetery. Or Heaven's Gate, sorry. Before his family, friends, and coworkers share a drink at the Coal Miners' Haven to honor the memory of a dearly departed friend. Longtime readers will no doubt recognize his name, as there have been days when it was the byline of over half the articles littering this plucky paper. Nick was loved by his family and colleagues. He is survived by his daughter Joan and his ex-wife. Kathy's their ex-wife. Continued on page 3. Guess I can't read the rest. April 11th, 2018. It's not the 90s, guys. Guess that makes sense because of the cell phones. The type of cell phone. 9 degrees. Okay.
Must have been a hard issue to write.
So we got some more info. I don't know if I'm going to check on every update. You guys let me know if you find it kind of annoying to check every update or not. You don't often make it to the front page of a newspaper with good news. Not even in Basswood. Car crash. Walter did a good job on the obituary. I think it makes sense for me to check every time, though, because you get more info, right? Reunion with Walter. I was happy to share a hug with Walter. Oh, the reunion with Joan. Promised Joan I'd ask some questions about it. So the hugging was not, only 9% of people hugged? What the fuck, guys? I don't know. To be honest, I was kind of like... It seemed awkward. Joan's bike. Heavily worn out. She still loves biking.
That smile she had when I gave it to her. She could barely get on it back then.
Football game ad. At least Basswood still has its Pathfinders.
One of Nick's favorite matchups. Might be the first game he'll miss.
I wanted to check in the alleyway, too. See if there's anything. Coal Miners' Haven. Bars... Is that a cat? I think there's cats fighting out over there. Bars changed its logo, but never changed its name.
The old bar sign. Reminds me of when Nick and I were still kids.
It's going to be a lot of memories. The back door. Coming through the back will get me looks.
Ethan keeps a spare key around, but I should use the front.
That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Okay, there was an update. Oh, one of the mementos. Okay. So the logo dates back from when you and Nick were kids. You met him in this bar for the first time. There's even more stuff. Oh, cool. I'm going to read it. Arcade games were the first friends you had, and Nick Walden was your first real friend. I'm somewhere in between, of course. Huh. And it all started here at the Coal Miners' Haven. The bar had an old arcade machine. Pac-Man, it seemed. The owner, Mr. Edwards, rescued from some junk heap. He'd spend the whole afternoon there playing Pac-Man until it got dark outside, and the bar filled up with miners craving a cheap drink. And Mr. Edwards eventually kicked you out. You'd beg him to let you stay and play some more, but he thought it was already nice of him to let you in at all. He'd even leave the machine on free play most days. Oh, that's sweet. See, I'm glad we're giving people hugs. This is nice, you know? We're embracing this. I know that's not Mr. Edwards, but he was a tough guy, an amateur boxer. Not big on drunks or underage kids arguing with him when it was time to go home. One day there was another boy playing Pac-Man at the bar. You watched him play, hoping he'd leave soon. Suddenly he turned to you and said, "My cousin swears there's a magic pill that makes the ghosts stay blue forever. But it only appears on the 100th board, at the center, where the fruit's at. Does your cousin talk a lot of bullshit?" You asked. The boy scratched his head like he seriously thought about the answer, and finally said, "Yeah, all the time." And you both burst out laughing. You played together the rest of the afternoon. Nick beat your highest score, and then you beat his. It got late, and you both got kicked out. That was when Nick invited you over to his place. The next day, Nick waited for you at the school gate. He walked you to the Miner's Haven. Like he wanted to make sure you wouldn't run away. You didn't. Not then. We did later, though. Did I check out? Yeah, we checked that out, too. All right, neat. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to read those out when we find them.
I'm not ready for this.
You can do it.
Here we go.